Jayson Tatum drops an absolute bombshell. Jayson Tatum today had joined multiple shows talking about his offseason and dealing with his injuries and what next season may look like for him moving forward and for the Boston Celtics moving forward as well, and how long until Jayson Tatum will be able to return. Will that be this season, or will we have to wait until next season? Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video here on Celtics Digest. I am Patrick Billings, and before we get into the video, if you guys love the content that we got going on here on Celtics Digest, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are just under a week away until Boston Celtics Media Day, where we're going to be getting a lot of news and updates from all the players for the Boston Celtics, so you're not going to want to miss what they're saying. So come over here to Celtics Digest, and we'll give you guys the full breakdown on any news and updates from the Boston Celtics. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So of course, we're talking Jayson Tatum again, and Jayson Tatum went on an absolute interview tear today, going on a morning show, going on First Take, going on NBA Today, and he had a lot to say and a lot of things that he did repeat himself, but of course, most of them being about his injury and what he had to say about his injury and how he's doing in the process. So let's get right into that, into what he was first saying in the morning show, which he also did talk about on First Take as well. As we see here, Bobby Kavitsky posted Jayson Tatum on what he might make his return while on Today with Jenna and Friends. That is the $1 million question. I think for me and my team, the doctors, the organization, and most important thing is making a full recovery and being back 100%, not rushing it. But I haven't said like, yo, I'm not playing this season or anything like that. Then they asked him, do you have a goal in mind? And he said, I have a goal in mind. I'm not working out, rehabbing 6 days a week for no reason, which he also told Stephen A during First Take. And first thing I do want to say about Jayson Tatum saying that he wanted to make a full recovery and being back to 100% first, I've been saying this for a very, very long time, that don't count out Jayson Tatum and don't count out, his mentality and just being 100% first. And this is the number one thing about his injury and coming back this season. I don't think that it's really just how the team is performing, but it's more of just, is Jayson Tatum going to get to 100% by the time that the season comes to an end? They're not going to let him come back and play for, 10 games? I mean, unless he has the pull for it. But if we're looking at an early March home game at the TD Garden, still got some time left in the regular season, and he's at 100%, we might get into some interesting conversations, especially if the Celtics team is kind of making this playoff push here, low 6 to an 8 seed. I think that there's a possibility that we do see Jayson Tatum come back and play this season. And there is one quote as well that could definitely make you have some promise in Jayson Tatum coming back this season. And this one is from Noah Dalzell, as the People made an article about Jayson Tatum. It was a really good interview. If you have time, if you have time to go and look at it, go and read at it quick. It's a quick read. But O'Malley says that Tatum's progress has been impressive. This is his doctor, of course. I don't think I've seen a person's calf look as strong as his. At 6 or 8 weeks, he was doing double heel rises. He worked his calf so hard that the side effect, loss of strength, I don't think he's going to have any. So he is already getting high praise from his doctor for how hard he's been working. And this was the whole thing from the beginning of the surgery. This doctor had a lot of confidence in his surgery and just knowing about the Achilles tear injury to begin with. And the fact that Jayson Tatum went and got it done before we even know that he tore his Achilles is definitely a good sign about how quick he was with this process and how hard he's working. Like, we go back to what he said, he's rehabbing 6 times a week. He's doing all these different things to make sure that he can get back to a full recovery, because I think in his head, his goal is to play this season. And with all these things that we are seeing, especially from his doctor, I think there's a lot more confidence going into next season with Jayson Tatum playing. And of course, here, Jayson Tatum again talking to, I believe this one was on NBA Today. He said that I put a date on the calendar of when I will be 100% ready. Whenever that date is, it will be a home game in front of the fans at TD Garden. That is something I have dreamed about and envisioned. I mean, if this doesn't tell you about Jayson Tatum's mentality going into this season with this injury, I mean, there truly is no other man like this with this type of mentality and how hard he's working to get back on the court. He did also talk about, all the downs that he had with this injury, not thinking that he'll be able to play again, or at least to how he was playing. But now here he is using it as motivation, talking about how his sons and everyone around him just helped build him up and just really just get him together and just push forward to try and make this push to play this season. And it is really showing in the work that he's been putting in, and just everything that he's saying is so positive, and just it's firing me up, honestly. I really do want to see him back now at this point, but like you said, if he's at 100% and ready to go and there's time left in the season, I mean, how could you say no to Jayson Tatum? And we go into another thing here, of course, about his recovery. This one was also on NBA Today. He said that I would say right now it's getting pretty much back to like ramping up basketball workouts. Yesterday I had my first on-court basketball workout for about 15 to 20 minutes, and it just felt really natural. I mean, this is truly incredible. Like, this guy ruptured his Achilles in May, and here we are in September, right? What is that? June, July, August, September. 4 months from an Achilles surgery. He just had a 15 to 20 minute workout playing basketball, saying that it felt natural. I mean, I don't think we've ever heard of any type of situation like this ever with this type of injury. So just again to hear about this, everything that we heard in the past back in May, saying that this surgery, specifically the way that it was done, was never done to someone of his age, and that the recovery could be much quicker and just be a more positive recovery. And we're 4 months in. This has been everything that they said that it would be, and probably even more than we expected. And I think that if you're a Celtics fan, it gives you more confidence in what Jayson Tatum is going to look like in the future with his career, because you see guys with Achilles injuries, they never really look the same, but Jayson Tatum is looking to turn everything that people have said and turn it over to the other end and be like, no, I can go and be this player that I just was, and even better than that. So I think this is just an amazing story for Jayson Tatum already. And then, of course, when he's talking to First Take, Stephen A has to talk about him and how he's being underrated in the league. So, of course, he's going to touch on that. So I want to make sure we put this in here as well. I'm certain I'm not the only person that feels like they don't get enough credit. I think that's just the nature of being one of the best players in the NBA. I know there's a lot of fans out there that appreciate what I do. And, of course, Jayson Tatum, all of us Celtics fans definitely appreciate what you do, because you are one of the greatest players in the league. And we are hoping to see Jayson Tatum play this year and look like he did before he got off the court last time, and just pick up right off where he left off. And, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you loved hearing all these good updates on Jayson Tatum and him personally giving us these updates on multiple shows throughout the day, answering so many questions about what his injury has looked like and everything else, and what the Celtics' future holds in the future. But I would love to hear your comments down below about what you think with Jayson Tatum's injury. Are we going to see him this year, even if he does get 100%? Or do you think he's still going to wait until next year? Let me know down in the comments below. And we will see you guys in the next video. Let's go Boston Celtics, and peace out, everybody.